Hi guys and welcome. Let's begin by talking a little bit about sketching from life, and in particular what it means to interpret information from life. As you can see, I'm doing a lot of drawings of people just passing by. It's quite interesting how swift I have to be in depicting them because they're always moving. Even when people are reading books in a bookstore, they make micro adjustments in their pose every 5 seconds or so. I find myself struggling with this predicament because at times I just couldn't keep up. But at some point I just stopped caring. I reminded myself that I'm not just here to copy what I see, I'm here to capture a general impression of a figure in its environment and still the essence above all. When we do have sufficient time to draw our subject, almost every artist will make a sketch every now and then that seems a bit rigid or stiff. Interpreting information as an artist should be more like singing a song about your subject. So how then do we get from being enslaved by what we see to being liberated by what we see? I think drawing from life helps with that, because you train your brain to focus in on what's really important really fast and make the most accurate approximation of what we see in that limited amount of time. If you treat reality like a collection of guidelines, you'll have something to play with. For example, sometimes the magic in a sketch happens by the information we leave out and not by what we put in. Let's investigate a little deeper and see if a conceptual approach of archetypes can help us bridge that gap between rigid depiction and liberated chaos. I would like to propose the following fantasy, if you will. That for the creative mind to flourish, the Jester or Trickster archetype is working alongside the Magician archetype when manifesting art. Like a kind of interdependent team, deliberating how, why, and when to navigate the canvas. Let's begin with the Jester. An artist summons the Jester archetype because only a fool would have the audacity to playfully explore the possibility to repurpose and rearrange reality in an artistic manner. The Jester is oblivious to so-called boundaries, rules, or dangers, that is to say, the do's and don'ts when painting. Ever moving forward, his only objective is to dance eternal with the paintbrush in hand. "Look here, look there," he says, in an attempt to hold the viewer's attention for as long as possible. The Jester is responsible for the beautiful chaos in a painted texture, the most lavish of brushstrokes, and the fascinating world of happy accidents. Like the brilliance of the sun and the ongoing thump of the beating heart, the Jester injects the fundamental life force in any painting. The artist also summons the Magician archetype. The Magician is like the wise elder to the somewhat foolish and perhaps too powerful for his own good Jester. His role is to be the looking glass that focuses the radiant beams of the Jester into a structured and consistent whole. By utilizing hard-earned knowledge, wisdom, and razor-sharp intuition, the Magician makes use of the underlying workings that can be distilled from reality. He is the craftsman and the visionary that harvests his inspiration from the raw energy of the Jester. His alchemic tools of the trade can be summed up as the following. A thorough understanding of how light behaves in terms of physics, in relation to materials and their reflective properties. A mastery of composition by utilizing mathematical symmetry grids based on the root of phi. Mastery of contrast, value and color theory. An understanding of pattern, rhythm, unity and variety as a means to guide the eye of the observer and invoke a sense of beauty. In terms of narrative, motive and symbolic meaning inside a painting, both the Jester and the Magician draw their power from the many dimensions of experience, direct and primordial alike. In conclusion, I propose that art can become magical at that strange intersection where the wild, fearless curiosity of the Jester engages with the careful tinkering and wisdom of the Magician. When the pendulum swings too far in either direction, the artist will paint either too expressive or too confined. But when they meet each other halfway in a near-perfect alliance, an art can be observed that will blind you with beauty. An art so profound that for a moment your intellectual capacities will shut down. The still image has become a dance of the gods and is anything but still. On that note, I would like to conclude my first vlog. I hope it gave you something to think about and will inspire you to create. If you want to be ready for our next episode, feel free to subscribe to my channel with the ringer icon on. So, a little bit about me might not be out of place. I've been working in the game industry as a concept artist for many years. As an on-site employee at critically acclaimed studios like Crytek, CCP Games and Ubisoft. But now I slowly try to navigate myself into a life as an independent artist. But whatever happens, it is my hope you will join me on my journey through art for as long as I'm able to create this content, and perhaps these videos can become a little bit a part of your journey as well. Stay tuned for my personal project to be released soon. Thank you for watching. Ramon, aka Ramonster. Hey guys, if you hop to my Patreon page, you can unlock a ton of exclusive content. So if you're interested, check it out and hope to see you there.